Hey, what's going on? It's the Bear 465. We're gonna get ready for Canny Valley number 4. Or excuse me, number 5. We've already done 4. So we're gonna do number 5. We're gonna build it, and then we're gonna run it all in the same video. So we'll see you inside. Now, if you did not know, we've actually been running all the Canny missions in order to get the schematics and the XP and everything that we need in order to build up the weapons. Because the whole thing about these series was using the weapons and the traps and the XP and the schematics and all that we have available in the game to show you guys that you can be successful in this game, right? So a quick overview of the survivors that we have that I got through like some free llamas and things like that. So we'll see you inside. So we're only power level 54. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there because we're gonna go all the way to Twine. All right, so we're inside. Welcome to Canny Valley number 5. So we didn't make any changes at all to our home base or our storm shell. We do have our A. So we're going to go down here. We're going to, now as the storm shield is out of the way, we're going to be able to add on to this block off to make it even stronger. And we're going to finish clearing out this tunnel. So that way we can make this tunnel longer and stronger. Get this all cleaned out. Even though, I mean, it's nice to have that metal, but I don't need brick in it, but that's okay for now. So that flinger at the end of 3 and 4 came from this pathway right here. So we're going to block this off. Now, I realize that my block offs that I use are a little bit of an overkill for Canny, but, you know, that's okay. I want to make sure that it's, you know, you get to build these and you're successful, you know, at your missions as well. So it might be a little bit overkill, but that's okay. And we'll go ahead and block off this other area over here because they're going to come through this tunnel right over here for that one. So we're going to make sure that that's all upgraded. And you'll see my awesome editing skills at work. So the good news is that when you finish 5 and 6 and you get ready for the rocket, you can keep a lot of this up because it's going to be very effective if you decide to run the endurances and things like that. So I realize that a lot of it is overkill, but it is also very successful, and you can also use it if you decide to make your base an endurance base and you want to sit in it and, you know, get rewards and things like that. So it is overkill, but it also has a reason for it. Because the last thing I want you to do is to have to run your SSDs and then tear everything down in order to also build your endurance. So that's, you know, that's a lot of work for absolutely nothing if you're just going to turn around and tear it all down. All right, so we're going to build up A. And we're going to build up Camp B. Whoops, I didn't mean to break that. Get a little wild with the pickaxe there. We're going to finish building up this tunnel. So I wanted to show you guys the actual building of the tunnel. The reason I put the sound walls are because they make the propanes drop their propane tanks. So that way when they go through the tunnels, they won't blow up the tunnels. Now granted, the new addition, the new updates and stuff like that, although the propanes will blow up if they're get more than 3/4 the damage in the tunnel, they will automatically blow up. But if you have a sound wall, it will actually drop. They'll drop it before they go through the tunnel. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear all this out because we're going to take our I forgot what they're called now. Our tire drop traps. God, I had a brain fart there for a second. We're going to take our tire drop traps and drop trap this entire thing. I got that idea from Chedek, and Chedek actually did a whole study on the drop traps and how effective they are in Canny Valley, specifically for the endurances. The reason why is because they can go up to 3 high. And if the propanes do throw their propanes and they're underneath the drop traps, it won't break the drop traps. If you have gas, you can only use the gas up to 3 level or 1 level. Your steel and electric fields can go up to 2, but they still can get hit by the propanes. So if you go up 3 levels, you can use the ceiling drop traps, the tire traps, and it won't get broken. What's going on here? Oh well, I'll figure it out. There we go. Let's see. This thing's not sitting right. There we go. Alright, so we'll make sure this is all done up. So I wanted to put extra block off here. Once again, for the storm shield, it is overkill, but if you're going to keep this up and you're going to run the endurances, this will be very, very, very effective during your endurance runs. So my overall goal for the series was not only to get you through Canny and get you to Twine, but is also that when you build your storm shields, you'll be able to keep them up and run a lot of your 1, 2, 3. Excellent. You'll be able to run your endurances as well without having to redo everything all over again. Alright, so we got that block off done. We're going to go up and over here. So I'm going to go up to the top. And I'm going to lay the ceiling drop traps. This is what we call an epic fail. When you jump down to the wrong spot. There we go. And we're going to drop trap this whole thing here. Now I don't want to get too close to that opening because the husk will eventually, they will go and they will spawn in that opening. So I don't want them to walk across the ceiling drop traps because that holds nothing of value. So I want them, they're going to spawn down in there and then they're going to fall down underneath the drop traps. So that's what I want to make sure of. Can I jump up there? Let's get this tree out of the way. It's in my bothering me. That's as far as it will let me go for that. All right, so we have our sound walls. So the propanes will drop their propanes. We got the block off added. We got tire traps added. And we got the other block off completely done, so they won't go this way either. All right. So since I put all that up, I'm going to block this off as well to make sure that they're not going to go through here, because they will always go through the path of least resistance. And we'll do that. All right, so that is our A amp. I always want to make sure everything is all upgraded. So if you only give them one tunnel to go through, they'll only go through that one tunnel, right? Provided that you have everything else blocked off, and it's blocked off enough to where they won't just chew through it. All right. Now on our other side, of course, we have the block off done, as we showed you in the other, we want this to face that way. In the other videos, we have that block off done. We got the tire traps over here. We have this tunnel here that I showed you in number 4. And we have this tunnel here. Now, what we did notice, of course, is that they're spawning from the very, very tip top. So they're spawning and they're falling down. So we're gonna not get up there that way. We gotta go around. All right, so we're gonna get up there and go around this way. And we are going to build a block off all the way over, right? Because they're spawning here. They're going to end up falling down into this hole, which, by the way, do not cover that hole up, because you'll cause a clog of husks, and then your tunnel will completely break down. So as you build this up here, do not close off that hole. Build a little trap tunnel as they go down. So we're going to build a little bit of a block off up here. We'll put a floor first. And then we'll go around. We're going to block off all the rest of this. And then we're going to put a ceiling on top. So I'll see you when I get this done. All right, so as you can see what I did there, once again, you don't want to cover that hole up because you'll get a big, huge clog of husks and your tunnel won't work, right? So you build a little trap tunnel going down, so as they go down, they're going to die on the way down. And then when they get down here, they're going to be in your original trap tunnel that you already had. So we'll, slap some more traps up here. So this is going to be the original tunnel that you had built before. So as they come up the ramp, they came through this tunnel and then they dropped down. So you remember we already had this all built, right? So they come from up here and then they're going to go through here and then fall down. So once they come up there, they're going to drop down and they're going to come through here. Right? So that way you have total control over the flow of your husks and where they go, right? So remember, this is going to be a little bit longer than normal of our videos because we're doing the whole build walkthrough and then we're also going to be doing the run. So I'll make sure this is all upgraded and then we'll check the other amps. So now looking back at it, and actually when looking at this video, I realized that I went through to the C amp to upgrade after I went and got that metal. But let's talk about the C amp really quick. So they're going to spawn from way up there, over there, and all the way up there, right? And of course, there's not a lot of space in order to build, so we built a little bit of a tunnel up there with a lot of covering. Eventually, we're going to build out there, knock them down, and make them go through this tunnel here. So while we actually run this, we're going to use a defender. So I put a defender pad up here because we're going to use a defender as our backup while we run the storm shield. And I'm going to give them... I'm going to actually use a sniper defender. And then I'll actually keep an SMG on hand. They're going to come through here, and we can't really build anything out here because of the shields in the way. So eventually we're going to make them come all the way down, fall down. They're going to come through a tunnel right here, which it may let me build it a little bit right there. And I noticed that I had a little bit of a hard time when this thing started running because I noticed that I did not finish that upgrade up at the top. But here we go anyway. So this is going to be Canny Valley number 5. Storm Shield Defense number 5.
Came up short today. Feels like I fell 1,000 times. Nothing but doubt to flood my mind. 'Cause sometimes it's hard to remember why I ever started racing with my dreams. A restless December, feeling I was meant for more than I believed. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I know as close as I am now, I will struggle, I will shout. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. I swear I meant to do this. I'm told that love would never lie. Where my head has met my heart and they are beautifully aligned. But sometimes it's hard to remember everything I've done that's brought me to this space. I started with embers, now a raging fire is burning in its place. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times. I'm on my way.
And there you go. Canny Valley number 5. Some of it wasn't pretty, but we got it to work. So remember to always walk back through before you start. Always walk back through and make sure you get everything upgraded and you have everything the way you want it to go, before you take your run. All right, so we'll get Canny number 6 done. And then you guys already saw, we're already in Twine. So have a great day. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on Canny Valley number 6.